It's that time of month again where Schmoedown comes to us live, or at least live at the time. Today, well, it's Tuesday as of this recording. Today, Schmoedown Live comes to us live from Atlanta, GA. I still have no idea why Georgia is GA. Why can't it be GE? It's not like there's any other state in the United States that starts with a G or GE or anything. Why is it GA? I never understood that. But anyway, Schmoedown Live came to us from Atlanta, GA, GE, whatever the hell, last Saturday night. And it was a pretty stacked card. We have a dominant Star Wars champion that's going to step into the Innergeekdom ring, taking on an up-and-coming Innergeekdom player that's trying to get back on the winning ways. And then in the main event, Singles Championship, Movie Trivia Schmoedown Singles title, the best now versus the best ever. Very stacked card, very excited. Let's find out what happens today, now, live, kinda, on JTH Reacts to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. Welcome back. So we're not going to waste any more time because I'm sure this video is long. So the headphones are on, and I've also come prepared, brought popcorn. So get your popcorn ready, or whatever the hell T.O. said that time. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the Schmoedown Live GAGE, whatever the heck, in 3, 2, and 1. The cheers! The cheers! Oh, Yama. Oh, wait, that's not Paul Yama's theme.
You're going to be in for something new, something exciting. Long live the band.
Lightning strikes and then you're fried. The end. Hey, I was there live. Well, not there live. Not Atlanta live. Spectacular live.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Very nice intro. Wait a minute. I recognize that voice. It's Frank Janish. Ah! Oh. Thank you, and thanks for coming, everybody. Good night. They just won't let it go. And he still hasn't shaven. Still got a ways to go to catch me, though, Mark.
Are you hearing me out there?
Give me a call when you do, though.
Can you hear me in the back? Can you hear me when I say make it loud for my partner in crime? The reason we
Can you hear me now?
Tonight, the
Good.
One, the only.
Wait, he's not Sprint anymore. Georgia, the Schmoedown, smarty as he can be. Oh. Yes. Get used to the bowing. You'll see that a lot.
This is the energy I was hoping for. This is it. This is it. Already, just meeting you guys and hearing like who's excited about this event of us being here. And just watching the energy just as people are walking through, and it feels, I told somebody like a couple days ago, I feel like, I mean, I'm as much of a fan as you guys are, right? I'm like, this to me reminds me of like the Roca and Murrell days, right? The Cushing, Kalinowski, Patriots above the line. That feels like that tonight. It does. And
Shame we couldn't get any of them in a live show.
Feel famous. I think, you know, let me see that mic for a second. Let's do a switch.
Sure.
Oh God, that feels good.
Feels good.
Ooh, that's
I like
it.
this one better.
Now look,
I feel the power surging inside me.
Take that show. What city to go to? And I told Christian, I want to go to the town that has the best tasting Coca-Cola classic in the world.
I came prepared.
Christian said,
Share choke, share choke.
strip clubs on every street corner. Made it. Hey, you know what I'm doing?
Don't worry, I will not waste a good choke.
Well, we decided, you know, we got to come here, and man, what a great choice. And think about, just in general, what we have going on. And when I knew we were going to do Atlanta, there was one, it really wasn't an option. You had to have Alex Damon. I mean, you had to.
Of course.
Atlanta native. Kid knows it's Star Wars. Yeah, Mike's.
Boot.
Yeah, no, he is. Well, he has been known. He has been known for what he has done in the
Just
Star
pass it
Wars,
around.
and he wants to dip his feet.
Pass it on. Pass it on.
But his test comes up against a very knowledgeable opponent in Emily Rose Jacobson. What she did. Who she is. We're pretty sure Finstock knows her now. Well, we'll find out during the promo, I guess.
We hope.
But yeah, so to watch him do that tonight, that Innergeekdom match, that's going to be very interesting because what she did in her first match, she'll even tell you, she struggled a little bit, but she won. It was her second match against Hannah that she actually lost. That I think
Yes,
looked even stronger.
that first match. That's
right. So we have that.
should never speak of that match again.
Closing up shop, saying thank you, good night. That's it. We're done. We're gonna say thank you,
Yeah.
That's it. One match.
You stole my line. Thank you. Good night.
How we landed here to this main event. Oh, there we go.
Perfect. Is that? I'm so afraid. God, that sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's
all right.
chant for the tech guy who got our
should.
mics working 7 minutes into the program.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
I was so confused. I'm like, is it working? Is it working? Is it working? Time. It is time to chime.
Hufflepuff, Hufflepuff, Hufflepuff.
I don't know. It's like
Is
Alice in
everybody
Wonderland. I was
hearing
starting to get
that?
used to it. It's just like, hear me, hear you, hear me, hear you.
He went to Florida State. He's used to mind-altering substances, so that was, you know.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Up,
Wow.
you
I did a little
suck.
DX. All right,
Go,
look,
go
so-
Terps.
but the
Go
main event,
Terps.
man,
Although
this
they
was
suck
something.
in football.
We landed and we got lucky because the beginning of the season at Backstage, Dan Murrell, who is easily one of the greatest players, if not the greatest player of all time, okay? He was on Backstage and he said, you know, I'm not going after singles this year. I am going to defend the team's title with my partner, John Roca. I'm going to defend that title, and I'm going to focus on Innergeekdom this year. And he wasn't going to do singles
And then
at all.
something happened.
And it just so happened we weren't able to do a match that we're supposed to have in Brooklyn, and Dan filled in for the #1 contender shot, and to no one's surprise, he won it.
Of
He's
course.
good at live events.
He's really good.
He's
undefeated
good at
in live
everything.
live events. And by the way, so is Alex Damon. But so Dan Murrell, and then playing up against his faction mate Ben the Boss Bateman.
Like a boss. Like a boss.
Mixed reaction. I get it. But you look at the run that he's.
Because
on
everybody's so
tonight,
torn. Who do you root
also
for?
have to
You root for the good guy or the
understand-
good guy? Or the other
Yeah,
good
but
guy
he won-
or
he
the
just
good
won
guy?
5 in a row. And what he has done it in grand fashion. He KO'd the kid, then he TKO'd Bibiani, and then he knocked out Paul Oyama to win the championship. He's
And the match
testing himself
wasn't
tonight against Dan
fixed.
Murrell, because if he wins tonight,
Screw those
this is
people
going
that think
to
that.
really cement him as a great champion.
It's going to be a 5-round match, Christian. You get 5 rounds of that, probably going to overtime, so maybe another round. 3 rounds for the first one. New categories for some of these matches as well. There's a lot of excitement in the air.
They just don't like
Sure.
Mark.
Are they ready, do you think?
You think so?
I don't know.
No. We're going to get ready right now because it is time for the Innergeekdom match, and we're going to show you how we got here right now.
We made an Innergeekdom match. The end. I'm sure they'll make the promo much more interesting. Star Wars. Yeah, there we go. I was getting ready to say, are we just publicizing 1/10 of the Innergeekdom division?
Now, a
people think he's unbeatable.
He might be one of the most dominant champions we've ever had in any.
This is gonna be weird seeing Damon play in Innergeekdom because we know he's the Star Wars god, but I would be very, very, very shocked if he like ran roughshod in Innergeekdom. So it's gonna be kind of weird just seeing him not dominant. It's weird.
Heavy at this point. Christian said backstage, he's like, I'm literally gonna have to create someone in a lab to beat this guy.
I don't know how Damon. He's like unbeatable.
He's a champion, and there's no fighting with that. And I want him to not just dominate in one league, but two.
This is just what I do all day, every day.
Can anyone beat you?
We shall see.
Damon, Star Wars champion, going for his first Innergeekdom match ever against Emily Rose Jacobson.
I am not finished here. I'm going to keep on climbing my way towards the top.
I know your prediction because she grew so much from the last time.
I have Emily Rose Jacobson win.
My goal for that match was to answer more questions than I did in my first, and I did that, and I achieved that. So now I'm ready to win.
I don't know if there's anything she could do under the sun to beat Damon at this point. There is, I don't think, a 1% chance that he doesn't take this.
Interesting.
He's not going into this with a cocky sense that he's going to do what he did in Star Wars. He's going into this like it's a new division. This is going to be the start of a road.
I know you got Star Wars in the bag. I've got everything else in the bag.
The new Innergeekdom Challenger. They could just save that screenshot when Murrell starts playing.
Factions here, and we know the bickering and the fighting between Finstock,
the bickering and the bitching and the arguing.
She's not alone in that opinion, Christian.
I don't know if that's true. The guy's
that's not just limited to the Schmoedown either.
All right, in life I agree, but
not a good manager of life.
No. Manager of his time.
Who said that? The trolls?
But he's a 3-time manager of the year. He knows what he's doing, and he really, and look, this is a Finstock exchange heavy program tonight, right? Because he has managed champions.
It's the Finstock show, starring Bobby Gucci. That's not Finstock. Or is it?
He's never lost a live event before.
Here's the thing. So Emily Rose Jacobson, she knows Innergeekdom. That's what she's trained her whole life for. Right. Alex Damon watches a lot of Star Wars movies, and then he's got to expand to watch the movies with the Hobbits and the Wizards.
Right.
And
the superheroes.
Something like that. But the funny thing
is,
and
the Batman. All the Batman movies.
In the first place, he said he was playing in Dragon Con, and he couldn't get the victory. He couldn't figure out how to win, and he started to train himself and learn. And now he's become this like just Mike Tyson-like figure of Star Wars trivia, right? And if he puts that kind of stuff,
let's not compare someone to Mike Tyson, please. That's a little bit wrong in the brain.
Waiting for that first championship. So you're saying Alex Damon a little bit like the Atlanta Braves of the 1990s. They had all the pitching talent in the world. They finally got over the hump. You know, we're talking about energy.
Get ready to say, I thought you were going to talk about all the times they lost because they were losers.
From home in LA, it's her birthday. Rachel the Crusher Cushing.
Yay!
Make it loud for her.
Happy belated birthday, because I'll be 3 days late and then 7 days late by the time you all see this.
For a lot of players inside of this league, and you know she's going to be watching and always encouraging of all Innergeekdom players to see, you know, exactly what do they know, what can they bring to the table, what new energy are we going to see here?
So many questions to answer. Can Emily handle the bright lights? Can Alex expand his realm of knowledge? Can Christian pronounce Harry Potter wizards correctly?
Trying to test my board.
The answer is no.
Wrong. The answer is wrong.
Try to set him up for that. The guy does so many impressions you can't get away from.
I mean, come on. All right, so look.
Oh my God.
Are we able,
people?
Are we able to figure it out?
What's the deal with the What's the Deal jokes?
I'm ready to go, dude. Let's do it.
All right. Well, if you're ready, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the
movie trivia Schmoedown. Live. You didn't say live. It's live. It says it right there.
3 rounds in the Innergeekdom division. Introducing first.
A door. Do you want door number 1 or door number 2? That's probably not even a door, but it looked like it. Hit the door.
Finstock and BC John Roca with a record.
We already see you. Come on out. Don't be shy.
She is Emily, the Rose Jacobson. But look at the crowd reaction for Emily. She is, and look, she's a Ghostbuster, and she is sizing up the crowd, and she's making
Ghostbuster? That's not even Innergeekdom. Oh no, if you liked 2016 Ghostbusters, you a geek. So says everyone online. I collect spores. And when you see me, you snore. Gotta hear what the man has to say. How's it going?
What's up, Atlanta?
Atlanta GE? Why do you call it GA? Doesn't make any sense.
It's kind of cold outside. But it's scorching hot right here.
Baby, cold outside.
Look.
I never get what the controversy with that was, though.
A lot of people
was it made up?
Smack about Gucci here. Saying I can't manage.
Can you?
Damn right. Damn right. About to be 4-time. Anyway, what we do here at the Finstock Exchange is instill the 3 C's. Charisma.
Courage, confidence, and cornflakes.
Mentality.
Oh. No cornflakes?
We destroy anything that's in our way. We're like a bull in a china shop. Now look, all these other managers are like, you know, this got Gucci this, Gucci that. You know, they're cool to sit back and, you know, ride their little manager cars, their little manager bikes.
Scooters.
A bunch of idiots driving a unicycle. But they wouldn't be driving anything if I didn't invent the manager wheel. I got Emily over here. Look at this. She's amazing. Fantastic outfit.
That sure say Diamond in the Flush. Or Diamond in the Flesh.
Saw her out there in the draft.
Can't tell. His shirt's wrinkled in right in the middle.
But guess what? The king did. Now we're playing Damon. Now look, he's a Star Wars guy. We know that. He's a champion. He's the best. There's no question about that. But this ain't Star Wars. It's from a galaxy far, far away. Whatever it is. Beelzebub or Dantooine or whatever planet he's from. Look, Damon, get ready.
Now we're going to Viridian 3.
I'll leave you on this. The Finstock Exchange is to the Schmoedown as yoga pants are to a ton of people.
Not me.
We just make everything better. Get ready.
All right, so there's Finstock dropping knowledge, I guess.
Yeah.
And he is.
What a meandering metaphor that was.
got there. We got there on the unicycle.
I think my flight to Atlanta was shorter than that.
Yeah. Well, either way, though, he's right, though. You know, he was the one. He had the vision. He picked Emily Rose, and we are here because this is a big match for the first Innergeekdom match, and Emily seems ready. Gucci seems ready. And with that. And her opponent. Representing the RoxStars, led to the ring by his manager, Roxy Stryer, and Molly Damon, making his Innergeekdom debut. He is the reigning
And he brought the belt. He brought the belt.
champion of the world, Alex
ATL ends. Love that camera angle. Seeing him walk out. I'll give some advice. Never take any information from me.
Hey, Tom, I have a C for you. Communication. How's that going for you, Tom? And all of you people who keep calling him the manager of the year.
He did win though, didn't he?
Okay. You guys who think Tom is the best manager of all time.
Yeah.
That's fine. Hey, Tom, another question for you. What's your player's name, Tom? Emily Lee? Is it? No, Tom? Tom, you can't figure out how to get your faction on the same page. And I actually like Emily a lot. I feel pretty bad for her right now that she has to be managed by the worst manager of all time.
Shots fired.
Bring on the booze, because we've been drama-free this week. We've had no communication issues, and I'm pretty sure even Tom knows Alex Damon's name. Everyone here knows Alex Damon's name.
And if you don't,
He is a Star Wars
you will soon.
champion, and now we're going to put some respect on his name in IG. Communication, Tom. That's your C.
Roxy Stryer coming in hot there.
That's heat.
Well, look, we build this. It was the same thing. It's Stryer versus Dagnino as much as it is Damon versus Jacobson here, too. We know that, and we knew that there were going to be shots fired, and it's going to be interesting to see them both try to even communicate with each other on the sidelines.
That's right. Roxy Stryer throwing some John Smoltz-like heat in Finstock's direction.
I like what you're doing.
And now the manager.
At least it wasn't John Rocker. Oh, full body shiver.
Let's let them know. What are the rules for round number one?
I will now attempt to read the rules of round number one without the aid of a teleprompter. Round number one, this is the Innergeekdom.
Or without my mic cutting out.
This is the Innergeekdom. Not just Star Wars.
There's more than Star Wars.
Too late.
Star Wars is part of it. Don't worry. There's a little bit of Star Wars in there. 10 different movie trivia Innergeekdom categories are lurking in round number one. Each question is worth 1 point. There is no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round at number one. As soon as we ask the question, please write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard in front of you. When we ask,
I will definitely do that.
Answer,
best
please
attempt.
show what you wrote to the crowd and
most
to
of the
us,
time.
and reveal it into the microphone in a verbal fashion. You each have 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration.
Not the JTH rule. Thank you,
match.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
He is a Milwaukee, Wisconsin movie reviewer, and he's also very famous for not being able to hear that well when a question is first asked. So if you need us to repeat it, you need to buy yourself 15 seconds, use a JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge to be used at any point throughout the 3-round match.
Yep, you think our verdict sucked.
Make sure if you do have a challenge that you signal to
Please.
your manager
This is one of the reasons why I didn't want to. I didn't want to react to it live this time, because after the Brooklyn debacle where we had 10 million challenges, that became a bitch to edit. You thought, I'm sure they had a hell of a time editing it all that, representing the feed, but my God. I literally had to rewatch the entire reaction I did over to just see where all the challenge cuts were going to be.
What? Don't even think it. Don't even say it.
Luke Skywalker, what can I say except you're welcome for that Death Star I blew from the sky. Hey, it's okay, you're welcome. He's just an ordinary Jedi. Hey!
Make it so.
Emily, are you ready?
Wait a minute. Hey, did a Star Trekkie Wars quote.
And let's get ready to Schmoedown!
Yay!
Here we go. Round number 1. Question number 1 in the realm of the MCU.
That's Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes, ma'am.
Not a lot of Darth
The
Vaders in there.
MCU has divided up into phases. Phase 2 begins with which sequel?
I like that. That's a toughie right off the bat.
It's a good start.
I'm going to go with The Phantom.
I was going to say, I'm gonna have BC kick you out. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Iron Man 3.
Alex?
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
It's incorrect. Emily?
Iron Man 3.
Yes. Emily Rose.
I'm leading Alex Damon. Holy chalupa.
All right, your next category is in the world of Star Wars. Alex, these are movies in a galaxy far, far away.
Just give me a point.
Your question for a point, consisting of 4 words. What was the first sentence in the opening crawl for Episode 7, The Force Awakens? Hey, do you remember we went to the premiere of that?
Yeah, I do.
I met Mark Hamill.
And Lucas.
Yeah. I met George. And George Lucas is smiling in the picture.
I know.
I don't care what anybody says.
Somewhat.
For him, it's a smile.
JT, okay. There you go.
Consisting of 4 words. What was the first sentence in the opening crawl for Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens? So yeah, if you look it on Instagram.
I'm going to be 2 for 2. Hot damn. Call the police and the firemen.
I'm going to say that's false.
I deep faked a smile on it.
5, 4, 3.
Luke Skywalker has vanished.
Start with Emily.
Luke Skywalker is missing.
It's incorrect.
Oh.
And Alex?
Luke Skywalker has vanished.
Yes. So 1-1. Emily got close there. Emily got close. But the Star Wars champion hits the Star Wars question. So here's the next question. Middle Earth.
Luke Skywalker needs pretzels.
What was the name of
Newer
the
beer
that
or
the Hobbit
donuts
set to
or
meet Gandalf in Fellowship of the Ring.
name of the inn.
It was. Can you imagine if it was and it said, you can't call it that, Harry?
Just thinking about the Luke Skywalker has vanished thing. What if the first line was Luke Skywalker's face is on a milk carton?
5, 4, 3.
RB3's on fire early back there.
2.
Motel 6 with Tom Bodett.
Yes. And Emily?
The Prancing Pony.
Yes. All right. Tied up.
Gotta love old Tom Bodett. Haven't heard his voice in a long time.
Your 4th in this round of 10 questions. In the world of DC movies, who plays Lex Luthor in 1978's Superman, the motion picture?
Mark Riley is answering from wherever he is right now.
He's got that new Superman jacket.
I love it. It's great. And 5.
Think he wears it to the wedding?
Yes. 4, 3.
Gene Hackman.
2, 1. We start with Emily.
Gene Hackman.
Yes. And Alex?
Gene Hackman.
We're tied up. 3-3. Neck and neck we go so far.
Hey, we're all tied.
All right. Next question here. Marvel films. Marvel. Who directed 2016's Deadpool?
Getting into any trouble last night here in Atlanta?
I was hanging out with you. I went to a restaurant called Bones. It was a steak restaurant. It is delicious.
Really?
Yes. 5,
All right.
4, 3. It's delicious.
Tim Miller.
Good for you. Yeah. 1. Pens down, please. Pens down, and we start with Alex.
Ruben Fleischer?
No. Emily?
A Brian Singer?
No. Looking for Tim Miller. Yeah, and I'm sorry I sounded so disappointed in both of you when I said that.
I'm winning. I'm winning.
Sorry, Mrs. Havenkamp.
I know.
Apologize. Your next question in the world of
Y'all can cheer if you want to.
Boy, he's a wizard. He does it all. Your question.
Well, I won't be leading after this. I'll be tied.
He's the magician that brings balance to Las Vegas.
Yeah, sure.
Oh dear.
Harry Potter has vanished. Hey.
In the world of Harry Potter, who plays the character Rufus Scrimgeour, the new Minister of Magic in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1?
Interesting.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. All these movies run together.
Yeah.
It's like I just watched one long movie.
I love them, though. Love them. 5.
How did Hermione land with the
4.
redhead kid?
Don't talk to me about that. 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and we go with Emily.
I have nothing.
Okay, and Alex?
Bill Nye?
Yes.
Oh!
Damon takes a lead. Alex Damon goes up 4-3.
I started writing his name, but I knew that wasn't it.
7th question in the realm of Star Trek. Who plays Commander John Harrison in Star Trek Into Darkness?
Commander John
You
Harrison.
The Star Treks?
Nah.
Did you? Like in the 90s, it was
I thought
like
John
either,
Harrison
like
was
Wars.
the
I think you can guess which one.
I thought that was Khan.
Rocky.
I
5,
was gonna say Rocky.
4,
I'm more of the specialist kind of guy.
3.
Is that a trick question?
2, 1.
He was...
Pens down, please, and we start with Alex.
Benedict Cumberbatch?
Yes, Emily.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
4, 5.
It was a
5, 4.
trick question.
5, 4.
God
right?
darn it.
5, 4. All right, so we get to our.
That was a trick question.
8th question in the world of the DCEU.
Crap, crap, crap,
Which
crap,
two
crap.
characters have to dig up a coffin in Justice League?
It's a good question. It's a good question.
Yeah, it's being a superhero. It's not all fun and games.
Depends on who you talk to. 5, 4.
Damn.
No.
That's 2 questions I'd be kicking myself on. The Flash and Cyborg.
2, 1. Pens down, and Emily.
Cyborg and the Flash.
Yes, Alex.
Cyborg and the Flash.
Got it. What a match so far.
My answer looks better. The Flash and Cyborg.
5 as we hit question number 9 here in the realm of heroes and villains. Heroes and villains. What is Magneto's prison cell made of in X2 X-Men United? What happened? You got gas?
It's a deep cut.
Well, you think so?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I might just be an X-Men fan. 5.
He says it like it's their last
4.
name.
Okay, Boba Fett. 3.
Plastic.
Atlanta knows that's the southern pronunciation.
1. Pens
Boba
down,
Fett.
please, and get me out of this. Starting with Alex Damon.
Plastic.
Yes. And Emily?
Glass.
Wow, okay. So Alex sees himself with a 2-point lead here. Alex
See, that's
has a
weird, because I thought it
2-point
was
lead now.
glass, because he extracted the metal
All right, your last
and
question.
busted
In the
through,
world
and it
of the
broke through the
Innergeekdom
thing.
Round number 1, your
So,
category is
but I
mixed
remember him
bag.
saying this plastic
Could
prison
be
won't hold me
anything.
forever in the first one.
Buckle up. The question is, how does Vanisher, played by Brad Pitt, die during the parachuting scene in Deadpool 2?
I think the audience knows it.
If ever there is a mixed bag question, that is it.
I think they know it. And 5, 4.
I don't think this is right. Never actually saw Deadpool 2.
1. Emily?
He falls
Shot.
out of the parachute.
Chopped in a plane turbine.
I believe he flies into power lines.
That is correct.
Ah.
So Alex Damon now sees himself
I
with
thought it
a
was chopped up
3-point
in a
lead.
plane turbine.
Good
Oh
round
well.
1 here, Mark. Good round
You know,
1.
jumps out of a plane and
Alex
then goes right into the
over Emily the Rose Jacobson.
the
Look,
thing.
you're kicking off a big time match. All these people showed up to watch you compete in movie trivia, talkie know-how, and I think that
I played really well in that first round, but I'm kicking myself because there was a couple more of them that I knew. That I was like, no, that can't be the answer, or is it as easy as I thought it was? And it was. So
wheel.
Yeah,
It's not
that
the digital
figures.
one, so everybody. I like the digital wheel.
Nobody does.
Oh, is that Brandon Hanna bringing the wheel out? Wow.
Hey! Hey. So we got Ben.
All right.
We got Ben Bateman, we got Ben Fakeman, and we got
In round number 2,
the wheel.
round, each competitor gets to spin at the wheel. Once they settle on a category, they will be asked 5 questions each in that particular world. Each question's worth 2 points. There's no penalty for missing a question. However, stealing is available in round number 2. So if you're not sure of the answer, ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1. Alex Damon, you currently enjoy a 3-point lead. It's like I'm watching a disaster happen in slow motion. Do you want to spin first, or do you want to defer to Emily?
Just wait.
what's going on?
All right, so we'll start with Alex Damon. Alex, you are up 8-5 here. Would you like to go first or second?
I'm going to spin first.
You're going to spin first. Alex Damon will spin first. Here we go.
Wheel of Innergeekdom, turn. Give me something that hopefully I know.
Murrell Streep, not on the wheel.
Not on the wheel.
Wizarding World, okay.
No.
Put that back in, yeah. Great.
And
missing a peg.
Spinner from the side.
already
Got the pegs.
Already broke the wheel.
When you don't listen to your father, this is what happens.
A tradition unlike any other.
Ladies
Break
and
the
gentlemen,
wheel.
Brandon Hanna, under the most pressure he's ever felt. Screwing in a
Brandon
peg.
Hanna has a big match coming up soon against Chandru the Chosen.
Yes, he does.
Coming up very soon.
Getting
here.
hyped up for that.
Innergeekdom
All right.
All right,
We believe it's been fixed, and Alex is spinning away from the Wizarding World.
and away from the pegs. There we go. So what is
Good
it gonna
spin.
land on here? Second
2
spin.
spotters on that wheel. 2 spotters.
What is that? Spin again.
Spin again. Here
To
we
my
go.
luck, of course.
Okay, I guess spin again is officially on
What's
the
it
little
gonna land
wheels.
on? What was it? Opponent's choice.
Oh,
Opponent's
I
choice.
was gonna say I thought it was Star Wars there.
Massive, depending on. Now, what are they going to give him here, though? Because we don't know what his weaknesses are.
Right.
We don't know what his strengths are.
Well, we know we're not giving him Star Wars.
We're
In
not
all
gonna
honesty.
give him
MCU?
Star Wars. So that's the question. What do you give him?
I'd give him MCU.
A screaming Star Wars. And now, if Gagnino tells her to take Star Wars, he will officially be the worst manager of all time.
Gonna
See,
need an answer.
Yeah,
Gonna need an answer.
secretly, I wanted to see Damon hit Star Wars and then spin away from it. It's kind of. Is that what you were
This
going to
is
do?
No. That's a flex.
We got
What, you
we got
goof?
a countdown here. Tom, I need a decision. Tom, I need a decision in 5, 4. What is it? Harry Potter. It is. All right.
So there's 2 different. So it's Harry Potter and Wizarding World.
I will ask the questions here. 5 questions
Okay.
in the realm.
I wasn't
of Harry
sure about
Potter.
that.
Alex, are you ready?
Yep.
Here we go. All right, question 1. Hoping that they might have the Sword of Gryffindor, who do Hermione and Harry go to find in Godric's Hollow?
I'm going to need multiple choice.
Gosh darn you. All right. All
You
right.
can do it.
Xena Phyllis Lovegood, Batilda Bagshot, Mafilda Hopkirk, or Rita Skeeter?
Batilda Bagshot.
That's correct for 1 point.
Impressive. Most impressive. Ah! Still can get a Star Wars pun and a Harry Potter category.
Question 2.
Take that.
What is the name of the location
Do do do
wherein
do
the
do do
mysterious
do
and
do
shady
do do
Morgan
do
and
do do
Burks
do
can
do.
be found?
Multiple choice.
A. Diagon Alley. B. Nocturne Alley. C. Dragon Alley. D. Zonko's Alley.
And repeat the question.
Repeat the question?
Yep.
It's a
All right,
JTH.
first one. What is the name of the location wherein the mysterious and shady Borgin and Burks can be found? Is it A. Diagon Alley, B. Nocturne
I'll go
Alley,
Diagon Alley.
C. Dragon Alley. D. Zonko's Alley.
I think it's Nocturne.
That's correct for 1 point. Okay. Question 3. In Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, who does Ireland play in the Quidditch World Cup?
Croatia.
It's incorrect for the steal.
2-point steal.
Scotland.
Looking for Bulgaria. Bulgaria.
Bulgaria.
They are monsters in Quidditch
Is
this
that
year.
3? Is that 4? There's 3, right? All right,
2 more.
here. It's 5. 5 questions. Here's question 4. In Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald, what is Newt's brother's name?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Abernathy, B, Percival, C, Theseus, D, Langdon?
Theseus.
Correct for 1 point.
He knows his stuff. He's using a lot of help, but he's getting the questions right.
Yes. All right, here is your 5th and final question. What was the name of the Death Eater that turned on Voldemort and stole the Locket Horcrux?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Ludo Bagman?
I was afraid you'd say that.
Crouch Jr., C, Regulus Black, D, Rodolphus Lestrange?
I think it's Regulus Black.
For 1 point. All right. So Alex Damon
Impressive.
gets opponent's choice, but he navigates his way through the multiple choice and finds himself with a 7-point lead now over Emily. Now Emily's going to spin the wheel here.
Like I say, it's still weird seeing him have to go multiple choice so many times.
Emily can hit something.
He looks so mortal.
Emily hit something that she is good at.
She's got a chance to take the lead
She's
here.
got a chance to do really well here if she hits a strength of hers. Opponent's choice is on the wheel. All right, Emily. Here's the spin by Emily. DCEU.
DCEU.
Can you give it a full spin around? Just the first spin from the side. There you go. That's fine. There you go.
There it is.
There you
I
go.
thought that was a full spin.
All good. All good. Yeah, it's okay. What is it? Middle Earth. This is how I feel that conversation. Now, which one's Middle Earth?
Is that the one with the Batman?
Well, it was a light spin. It didn't matter what it was. If you want to challenge it, fine. But it was a light spin. It needed to be. It didn't matter what it was. It needed to be spun again, regardless whatever she hit. No, it isn't actually. All right, we gotta count you down here, Tom. In 5, spin again. All right, so spin from the wheel, please. Here it is. Whatever it is here.
There.
Gotta take
There.
it.
You gotta fight about that.
Let us know what it is, please. What it is. Spinner's choice.
Spinner's choice.
Spinner's
The
choice.
dreaded opponent's spinner's
All
choice.
right, so now Emily gets to pick what she wants. This is a big, big spin. This is a huge spin.
Emily coming in here. She knows a lot about comic book movies,
Well,
so maybe an
that's the
MCU is
Who
on
knows
there.
what it might be here. Emily could take. This is a massive, massive choice here for Emily. She needs something. So I got to count you down here.
Again,
5,
MCU.
4,
I'd go MCU.
3, 2. Star Trek.
Star Trek.
All right. Star Trek.
Interesting.
All right.
I would have thought about Star Trek.
Star Trek, Mark. Here we go.
That's in
Alrighty.
galaxies far, far away.
Questions in the realm of
Sometimes.
Star Trek
Until they go to
with
Earth.
Emily Rose Jacobson.
All right, and now it's that time when Emily Rose Jacobson, like we said, could take the lead by the end of this round, potentially. For 2 points, Emily, your first question of 5 in the world of Star Trek. In Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, Kirk tells Saavik that he doesn't believe in what kind of scenario?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, love-hate, B, win-win, C, no-win, D,
No win.
up-down?
No win.
1 point.
1 point.
Your next question. In Star Trek The Voyage Home, who plays Dr. Gillian Taylor?
Oh, God.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Kim Cattrall, B, Catherine Hicks, C, Persis Kambata, D, Robin Curtis?
Catherine Hicks.
Catherine Hicks.
Another point for Emily Rose Jacobson.
Fighting back now. Fighting back with her third question here, Mark.
Third of 5 question. Who directed the 2016 film Star Trek Beyond?
Justin Lin.
2 points.
That was big.
Very good.
That was big. It's get herself within 1 here if she hits a 2.
Your penultimate question in round number 2. In Star Trek V, The Final Frontier,
Oh, dear.
tries to embrace Spock, and Spock replies, "Please, Captain, not in front of the blank."
Multiple choice.
Is it A, crew, B, Vulcans, C, hijackers, or D, Klingons?
Hijackers.
Hijackers.
That is incorrect. I was going to give you your 4 options again. Is it A, crew, B, Vulcans, C, hijackers, or D, Klingons?
Crew?
You never hug in front of Klingons. Everybody knows that.
All right. So nothing happened. No steal there. No steal there. But Emily can get within 1 here should she hit a 2-point here mark.
All right, here we go, Emily. Your final question. In the world of Star Trek, in what film does Data install an emotion chip in himself which causes him to struggle
Generations.
with controlling his emotions?
Star Trek Generations.
Star Trek First Contact.
No.
That is incorrect. For a 2-point steal, Alex. Can't give you the multiple choice option.
Generations.
That is a 2-point steal for Alex Damon. Big steal.
Yeah, that was a big mistake on that spinner's choice there.
That was a huge shift because that now takes us into a 5-point lead into the final round here, Mark. The third and final round.
So in round number 3, each competitor is going to have 3 questions asked them. How do we get these questions? What categories do they come from? Well, each competitor gives us a series of numbers. These numbers can range from 1 to 15. The first question we ask them is worth 2 points. Next one's worth 3 points. The last one, should we make it that far, is worth 5 big points. They each come from a different category of Innergeekdom know-how. There is no stealing, and there's no penalty for missing a question in round number 3, which could be the
It
final
got
round.
dark very
Alex
fast.
Damon, you're enjoying
It was
5
broad
points.
daylight when I started this video.
Jacobson. So you
It's
give
now
us your
dark.
Numbers first. From 1 to 15, what 3 numbers feel lucky?
3, 7, and 9.
3, 7, and 9 for the Star Wars count.
And I'd like to solve the puzzle.
For Emily Jacobson.
2.
Oh, no.
14.
2, 8, and 14. All
Can,
right.
can you promise you can win? That you pick
All right,
2?
So Emily,
I hope.
Rose Jacobson.
That guy just stole our table.
That's fine. All right, so we're going to start with Emily. Emily, you have a 2-pointer, and it is from category number 2. That is Back to the Future. Back to the Future.
Yeah.
What month
Not a fan.
of 1955 does Marty McFly travel to in Back to the Future 1?
November.
2 points. All right.
Well, at least I would have had a 1 in 12 chance.
In order to tie the game here, she needs to hit a 3-pointer, and she chose category number 8, Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones. All right. Emily, in Raiders of the Lost Ark, when the Ark is first opened, what do Belloc and company find?
Bones.
Looking for sand. Sand.
Sand,
All right.
rough course gets everywhere.
So we
Oh, no. No, you didn't.
we find ourselves in this position. If Emily hits this, it bounces back to Alex Damon, where he will be forced to answer some questions.
She could have the lead.
However, if she misses, Alex Damon will find himself with his first TKO Innergeekdom victory. Emily, fittingly enough, you have chose Star Wars.
Oh, dear.
Those are like my 3 things she got.
All right. Yep. All right, here we go. In Attack of the Clones, we learn that Newt Gunray is still Viceroy of the Trade Federation after how many trials in the Supreme Court? Woo.
7.
6.
And your winner, by way of technical knockout, Alex the Demon Damon! He wins again. Look at 4. 4 was the answer, Kyle. 4 was the answer. 4 was the answer. And you know,
Klingons in the crowd, they're going to show emotion.
No, it was a match.
Klingons, where?
It was a good match, back and forth. They
Get
went
it?
the
We're
first
Klingons.
Opponent's choice, spinner's choice, and the Star Trek didn't work out the way that Emily would have hoped, and it was a big steal by Alex Damon that got himself that big lead there. And look, it was fitting that Star Wars was the TKO.
And they both played very well. You know, Alex, particularly in round number 2, maneuvering his way around, getting saddled with opponent's choice with the Harry Potter questions that were very well pronounced on your part. He had to go to multiple choice numerous times. You talked more than you wanted to, but he ended up pulling out the victory.
Well, yeah, absolutely, and it's going to be very interesting to see.
I think he just did it to spite you.
This is the first loss of the Finstock exchange, obviously, since the brand new season has begun here. They were on a roll here with the Barbarian and Riley and Dan, obviously. So now here we go with both finding out what Emily Rose Jacobson's going to do and find out what's next for Alex Damon. Is he going to keep continuing in IG? Is he going to go down the path of maybe trying to defend? Because you got new people.
Roxy will force him to keep playing in IG. She needs wins.
There's a lot of other people coming in. So Brad Gilmore is going to be out here. Brad Gilmore from the Schmoedown Rundown.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brad Gilmore is here.
The post interviews. And we will
they put the boat on there. Really?
Rose Jacobson and Tom Dagnino as they get ready here too. So let's hear from Brad Gilmore.
Right. First IG match of the season. Of course, didn't go your way. Just kind of walk me through it. I mean, you got 5 out of 10 in the first round, but then you get opponent's choice, you get spinner's choice. Kind of walk me through your thoughts on this match.
I know, I really lucked out on that wheel for this match. Just went with my gut with Harry Potter for him since he kind of passed on it, because we don't know what all Alex is truly good at. We have a sense of it from this match, but it was kind of a mystery, so I decided to give him what he passed on. And then Star Trek, I picked Star Trek. It was a really tight call. I was down the wire for me because I was trying to pick between Star Trek and MCU. I felt a little bit more
Should've went MCU.
Star Trek actors than I did about MCU actors, which is ultimately why I made that choice. But nerves did get a little to me, so I fell back into multiple choice. But you know what? I've said this before, and I'll keep saying it. The IG, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And I am here for the long run. Women like Rachel Cushing and Clark Wolf are heroes to me, and I want to be holding that belt very soon.
All right, but hey, let's hear from Bobby Gucci here. You know, you were attacked earlier on about the communication being the C. But
Okay,
it looked like
I think it is Diamond in the flesh.
Especially opponent spinners. Just kind of walk me through your thought process during the match.
Well, I mean, look, I'm an in-game manager. You know, that's what happens here. What do you think? Managers like talk to their buddies at the house? Like, that doesn't work that way. Look, here's what happened here. I think, look, she said it. Her nerves got the best of her here at times. And now Alex is a great Star Wars champion. There's no question about that. And, I think it was a tight match here and there. He got that big steal, and that kind of was the deciding factor, unfortunately. But, look, she's a great player. She'll be back. The Finstock exchange, hey, no one's perfect,
Looks at me.
Maybe. But anyway.
72 Dolphins.
I think she's fantastic in what she does. We'll go back and study. We'll take it from there. We got a strong team that are here to help her, for sure.
Absolutely. Y'all make some noise. Emily Rose Jacobson, Finstock exchange. Thank y'all so much.
All right, so Emily Rose Jacobson and, Emily Rose.
And Tom just sprinted off into the sunset.
The fact that, she wants to go back. She wants to play for the championship. This did not put her away from playing in the IG.
Good experience gives you a leg up on everybody else who has not competed in a live event. She knows what that's like when she gets back in the studio or another live event. She's going to feel that much more prepared. Looking forward to a bright future from her.
Me too. And now that Roxy's got to be riding high, because this is a 4-point swing for the RoxStars, because Innergeekdom matches alone with a win is worth 3 points, with a knockout is an extra point. So that's a 4-point. 4 points for the RoxStars. So feeling really good.
I know Moses Malone, but
undefeated
always love that
in
quote.
live events and undefeated in the Innergeekdom division. Here's Brad Gilmore with Roxy Stryer and Alex Damon.
Here we are, Alex Damon winning his debut in Innergeekdom.
In Hotlanta, GA, but should be GE.
through those first 2 rounds, only missing
Somebody's gonna
3
strangle
touches.
me
You went
if
8
I
for
say
10
that one
in
more
round
time.
1. I mean, you had 1 slip up.
It might be
in the second
you.
round there. I mean, walk me through it. How did you feel after that round 1? Were there nerves being at Innergeekdom? Kind of walk me through your process.
I mean, yeah, now I know how it feels to miss a question.
Oh, he went there.
Yeah. I mean, it hits you, and then to have to go to multiple choice in round 2, like, this is how it feels to be not sure of a win.
Right. Well, when
This
you
is
get
what it's like to be
opponent's
human.
choice, after spinning away from Wizarding World, then she gets spinners. Were you thinking at any point, man, I might be dead in the water here?
Not really. I mean, I wish I had spun Star Wars. I got greedy, and I went for it. But, no, I was nervous, but I fought through it.
And Roxy, I mean, this is your first match of the season, first win of the season. Obviously off to a great start. You won this battle with Tom Dagnino, but kind of walk me through what you were thinking as the match unfolded. I mean, opponents, spinners.
That we were going to win.
That wasn't what you wanted to see, but your guys still pulled out.
The fact that we did have that on the wheel, opponents and spinners, and he still was able to win means he's going to go far in this division. And I'm so proud and so impressed of him. It's really hard to go from Star Wars to IG. And what he did today shows that he's a real competitor, and people should be on the lookout for him. When it comes to Tom, I hope he's off crying in a corner somewhere right now. Emily is great, and I hope...
Well, now, he'll be celebrating with the champion, regardless of who it is.
Now, Alex, what can we expect going forward? You got this Star Wars championship around your...
That's Robert Parker. That's
Hey, Robert Parker!
What is Robert Parker doing here? He hasn't even debuted yet. Robert Parker.
I'm here to deliver a message. Not on behalf of Kaiser, but on behalf of the entire dungeon. Alex, you did well today. I got to commend that. You've conquered the Star Wars division, and now you're here in IG. But I guarantee you, I know more about Potter and Trek and really all of the IG divisions better than you, and better than anybody.
Looking at moxie on this kid.
I'm here to take this division by storm. And I'm ready to take on anybody they're willing to throw at me. Ace, Damon, Emily, Hannah, Chandru, Kalinowski, Kanopik, anybody. This right here is a new era. I'm not just here to play in it, I'm here to dominate it. The entire dungeon is here to dominate it. And there's not a single thing any of you dicky-doos in this league can do to stop us.
All right, well, that was Robert Parker, the Spider, who was a fan, bought a ticket tonight, and then hopped the stage. Good security, see?
Oh, yeah.
What was that? Because I'm pretty sure he hasn't played a single game before. A lot of big talk for him coming out here and never having played. And thanks for interrupting his moment to shine, by the way. Really sweet. And also, if you guys think that I'm stupid enough to not know that 100% Kaiser did that, then you'd be out of your minds. Kaiser, I see what you're doing, and I know that you're coming for us, and it's not happening. So send whoever you want on to any stage that we just won on. And why don't you give your guys an actual shot and have them play a game before they come up here and interrupt my winner, my champion.
Y'all give it up. Roxy Stryer, the RoxStars, and the winner in his debut in Innergeekdom, the Star Wars champion, Alex Damon. Mark and Christian, back to you.
That was pretty good. I like that.
Turn of events. Yeah.
They love Alex.
They love Alex. I mean, the guy is, look what he's done. I mean, he's, all of the matches that he's done, this is something to do.
I was curious to how that was going to happen, because I had a feeling that Robert was probably going to be heel. But I've known him too long to know that he's just a cuddly little teddy bear.
Apparently, that is Robert the Spider Parker. There's been a lot of hype behind him. He certainly doesn't. He certainly doesn't seem to be humble.
He's athletic.
Fits in, as Kaiser would say, well. So it's going to be interesting to see what that kid can do. But by jumping up on the stage,
Want some audience with that loss?
you better come with some fire in your first
Better
match.
to be able to back it up if you're going to interrupt Alex Damon's ceremonial victory lap, as it were.
Right.
I'm looking right now. A lot of people tweeting.
Yes.
Hashtag Schmoedown ATL. It has started to trend, ladies and gentlemen. That's thanks
Keep
to
it
you
going.
and everybody
And
watching.
Continue on the trend here, because as we get to our main event, we are going to be hashtagging once again Schmoedown, ATL, and Murrell versus Bateman. So make sure that you guys are tweeting that.
See
out.
that? Look, we're right next to Quantum Leap and Queso Blanco from Chipotle.
Amazing.
Wow.
Good company. Good
so
company.
make sure you do that for sure. And the other thing, I have some big news that we can make official. On sale right now. There are about 20 tickets available right now for April 25th. We're going back to Houston. We are going to be at the Booker T World Gym Arena. Booker T is going to have us back, and we have some great matches. We are going to be having a big title match is all I can say. There will be a title match that night, so make sure you can get your tickets and get tickets for the free-for-all March 21st. If you can make it to Los Angeles, California, 40 competitors, last person standing, it's a title shot of their choosing.
All right, my man. Well, we had a really good Innergeekdom.
I'm already predicting that'll be a team title match between Founding Fathers and whoever wins the corruption.
That being said, ladies and gentlemen,
family
it's time
match.
for the main event.
The main event.
This is the main event of the evening.
Feel it, the energy mark, everything that's been happening with this match so far. Now, the thing is, even though these are two respected members of their own faction on the Finstock Exchange, both Ben Bateman and Dan Murrell, as Roxy had alluded to before, it has not been peace and harmony in the Finstock Exchange. There has been some arguing about who was going to manage. At one point, Dagnino said nobody's going to manage. He made that official. And then, because he didn't tell any of his players, and they said, no, we didn't know about that. He's like, you know what? It's not official. Now, Roca will be managing Dan.
Roca's managing Dan.
And Ben wasn't a big fan of that, said a lot about it on backstage, so there was some turmoil. But it looks like Dagnino is managing Bateman. But what happened, it just seems like now it's kind of all smoothed out, or did it?
I have no idea, and that's one of the many fun aspects of this match, which, like you said, championship match, 5 rounds. To quote Tarzan songwriter Phil Collins, I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
Well, the energy,
I
you're
can
right.
feel it coming in the... Oh,
so far,
still
with
got
both
it.
of these guys. And
Now that's how you do a Mike Tyson.
Because if you look at Dan Murrell and what he has done,
Clearly, man, you need to get rid of that fucking tattoo.
He's a 3-time champion. He's never lost. He never lost a live event. He's never lost when he was going after a championship.
He's never lost ever.
At least once when he's had it. He's the reigning
Ever.
team's champion. I mean, he's got the record in knockouts. He's a Mount Rushmore legend. And you look at what Ben Bateman has been doing. Ben Bateman was a 500 player at one point last year. He has gone on to win 5 straight victories, his last 3 by knockout. He is on a tear right now. He is on a tear that we haven't seen like no other. It's very similar to what Sam Levine had done at one point.
You went on a nice run like that one time.
Yeah, but this is a whole different league
and
now.
Ben had a broken back.
Yeah, well, Ben Bateman.
What do we broke his back?
Yeah, it's true. They both, the two of them though, the way that they play the game, they both are like there's like a science between the two of them. The way that they look at it, the gamesmanship between the two of them, sizing each other up, listening to the way that they've been strategizing, not talking to each other about certain things, listening to each other's interviews to pick up little things. Both of these guys know each other so well because Bateman.
That's getting a little too analytic in your
Bateman
studying and
Really
research.
knows Bateman. So this is going to be such a crazy thing tonight. I can't wait.
I was in the room with both of them,
yeah.
And there was some tension in the air. There was between the managers or the acting managers too. The only thing that could break the tension was the delivery of pizza just in time,
Delicious.
and we all became friends again. But this night is going to be memorable, not just for Queso Blanco, now available at Chipotle, but also because one of these guys is walking.
There's a very good pizza place in LA. Every time I go out there, I always order a pizza from there.
Find out exactly how
It's that place. It's that place right next to the El Portal.
You ready to get hyped up?
It's like
Here
a big Papa's pizza. They got like the big freaking 50-incher. I would never order the 50-incher, just so you know. I'm sure you were wondering.
We've had 3 versions of the single belt. Dan Murrell has held all 3 of those versions. Back in 2016, where he won the championship, he won 5 in a row, 4th title defense in all of his runs. First person ever go to 12 victories, 8 knockouts. He's an absolute legend in the game.
Maybe the greatest player in Schmoedown history.
It is time to step away from the Schmoedown for a while. There's a lot of new blood down there. There's a lot of people that want that belt. And I think now's the perfect time to give all of them a shot at it. My advice would be that if you are carrying that belt on your shoulder, maybe take a look over the other shoulder, because one day I might be one.
There's a lot of pretenders in this league, new teams coming out of the woodwork.
But it does look like Ben and Andrew like being the bad guys right off the bat here.
What's your first name?
Damn.
Come on, Dan. Murrell, the goat. When you used to win, the man in black, what happened to you? Riley, get your guy out of here. Hey, thanks, Riley. Nothing but respect for that guy. Real champion right there.
Right. Oh, I'm gonna get Mark Riley.
Poor Bibbs table.
Without me, you're nothing.
I put my faith in a friend that wasn't a friend at all. This guy didn't have my back. I'm a changed man. For 2 years, I approached this game the wrong way. I didn't respect the game. And in turn, the game did not respect me. You're going to see the greatest ascension in the history of the Schmoedown this year.
This is the greatest of all time. And he's going to prove it to you time and time again.
That he has.
Like, who is out there that could still potentially rival you and challenge you?
It's the game. It's luck. It's chance. It's skill. You win or you lose.
He is the youngest champion this league has ever seen.
Wow.
He has never lost a match.
Get ready. The underdogs are the ones that are coming for you, and they're coming for you every single game.
Bateman is just playing lights out right now. He knocked out the kids. He KO'd Vivian. Knocked out Oyama. Knocked him out.
90s films. Category 90s films.
What if I just took these two on?
Dan Murrell, Ben Bateman going at the title. Wow. This is Ben Bateman's biggest challenge.
This is the biggest challenge of my career, and it's the biggest single match I've ever played.
It'll solidify him as a champion. There's all this stuff with Ben. Ben's a great comeback story.
A man who earned everything that he's absolutely had here in the movie trivia Schmoedown. Nothing was handed to him. Everything was earned.
This is about legacy. This is about cementing your place in history.
Ben Bateman, who has said that he wants to be the best in the league.
Look, if you want to be the best of all time, you know exactly what you have to do, and this guy is the best of all time.
Legend versus legend. Champion versus champ.
These two guys probably might go 30 questions into sudden death before somebody actually comes out the victor.
Dan Murrell never lost in a live event, has never lost when he was...
No disrespect, but I kind of hope not, because I might have 2 birthdays by then.
Champion.
What a moment. It's going to go down in history as an all-timer.
I definitely think it will do that.
I'm the greatest player that's ever played this game, and you're going to see why right now.
That was an excellent promo.
I mean, can you feel the hype, ladies and gentlemen? Are you ready for this?
Excellent promo, Nerd Chronic.
I am. Wow. I can't wait for it, Mark.
They're pumped. They're ready to go. You know, I see that promo, and the one thought in my mind is we got to never let Dagnino wear shorts on stage. Ever again.
So much. And even we said this could be the 4th time we see Murrell with a title, or it could be only the 5th singles champion in history to defend the championship. Only Murrell and Riley and Levine and Oyama have done it before. So can Bateman do it? Can Bateman defend it? And what a way to get your first title defense to do it against Murrell. Going to be very interesting here. Oh, and another announcement that we should make here beforehand, too. This was something that the league came up with. The managers have been spoken about it, too, in general, so everyone knows. When factions play against each other in a situation like this, when you are not, if you're in a faction against each other, the number 1 contender normally would get 1 point, even if he lost. That will not happen tonight because it's a faction on faction. So only the winner will receive points. Only the winner will receive points. That is going to happen throughout the entire league. That is part of the decision in general. The managers have been told about this, and so have the players. So only the winning player will win points for their faction.
History on the line here tonight, Christian. We're about to meet the competitors. We're getting ready to go. The seatbelts are buckled.
It seems unfortunate, because I think
Are you ready?
an entire faction should be rewarded for getting to that spot.
For the
Movie trivia. Schmoedown. I think if one player fights his way to a title match and is in the same faction, I think you should all be rewarded for that. But that's just my opinion. I respect that decision, because obviously I don't think that this situation will arise all too often.
Representing the Finstock Exchange, led to the ring by his team partner, the Outlaw John Roca, with a record 13 wins, 5 defeats, and 8 knockouts. He is the former 3-time movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world and the reigning team champion, Dangerous Dan Murrell! Walking down both of the belts of team champion.
Hearing this theme never gets old. I remember when I first saw or first found the video of this theme. I remembered his username at the time, but now I've since forgotten it. So that dude is a very lucky dude. You've been endorsed by Dan Murrell. Does he have an Atlanta shirt on? It looks like it. Can't see behind the scroller. Yeah, I think it is.
That is it. There he is. And both the founding fathers on stage together. Look at this. Look at him rounding up once again. Dan Murrell looking up. He's been here before. Loving it. There he is. Teams champs. The founding fathers. Now the other thing that the factions have also agreed to tonight, the faction has also agreed tonight that no one will cut promos in respect for each other. They're not going to cut promos tonight. They're just going to play the game and let the trivia talk for them. That's what they said. They're going to let the trivia talk for them. So no promos from either Dagnino or Murrell. All right,
good. We might get out of here at a reasonable hour.
Maybe. Unless we have a billion zillion overtimes.
Is back. Representing the Finstock.
That's unfortunate. I was getting ready to dance to the disco music, but they know me too well now. Can't do that no more. You wearing a Goldberg shirt? Goldberg sucks. Never should have beat the Fiend. Bold Dookie. Bold Dookie.
Champion of the world, Ben the Boss Bateman. New song by David B. It's pumping out through the crowd. I love it.
No kissies, no kissies, moo 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 moo. No, none of that. That man wearing a Captain Kirk shirt. That dude in the front row, it looks like the gold and the black. It looks like a Captain Kirk shirt. Captain Kirk. Spot, what do you make of that? Very bad poetry, Captain.
So, all right, as we now, the champion set.
I like the scarf.
What's that? The champion set, the
scarf?
challenger set.
I noticed the scarf.
And,
Scarf is very nice.
So Dagnino is taking the mic. Dagnino is taking the mic. Okay.
Woo-wee.
Here we go.
What a tangled web we weave here. This is a win-win situation. I seem to keep putting myself in those. Look, what you're getting here is the creme de la creme. You're getting two of the best players that ever played this game. Somebody called me up the other day. They go, Gucci. They go, do you think this is going to be the biggest match of all time? I go, you're goddamn right it is. Look, the GOAT against the current GOAT. Let's see what happens.
All right, that's it. All right. So now Dagnino has gone, and we are ready to get. All right, now. Roka's taking the mic.
Wait a minute.
Roka's taking the mic. All right.
I guess we're getting promos.
You lied, Christian. You lied. Oh, yes.
For those of you who understand English, Christian Harloff said there'd be no promos. But once again, we got a communication issue in the Finstock exchange, as Tom just did a promo for his boy. Call him the current GOAT. That's cute. I like that. I got nothing but love for Ben Bateman. He's earned his shot. He earned it, and he took care of business and won that title. I know what that feels like. I know what it's like to be on a journey coming down from where the lowest you can be and getting to the top of the pile. And I got nothing but love for you, brother man. You earned it, and you're a great champion. But tonight in Atlanta, Hotlanta,
GE.
You are taking on the greatest of all time, the GOAT, the man who wins championships like you eat breakfast, which means it happens every day. He is the best of all time to do it, and he's here to prove it to everyone, including you, Ben. You got to learn where you belong in the pecking order, my man. And we're about to find out. Tom, that's it. That's enough out of you. Let's do this.
All right, so John Roca throwing down the heat. He says, all right, Dagnino, you want to do it? I'll do it too. And both Dagnino, Roca have their
all in.
And now
all
we
in.
have Murrell and Bateman
Fold.
set.
I would have just folded.
Is hyped. We are ready. Mark, how you feeling?
I'm good now that the table's back. I feel fine.
Do you have a tale of the tape for me?
Someone returned the stolen table.
All right. You look at new releases. You look at Oscars.
Yep.
When you look at Dan Murrell, you think Steven Spielberg
Everything.
movies, and you also think classics. He can go in the way back machine. Ben Bateman focusing on what's coming out now, but they both know a lot about each and every category on that wheel, including opponent's choice.
Well, then I ask you.
Everybody knows opponent's choice. Look, except me.
Let's start then with the rules.
Can't even spell the word. O-P-P-O-N-I-Q. Another Q. And the Batman symbol.
Each question's worth 1 point. No penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round at number 1. You each have 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the, again, 5-round match. Not sure you heard a question right. You want to buy yourself some time? Use the JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge to be issued at any point throughout the match. Each and every question in round number 1 will be about the movie First Man.
All right, well, we start with the
Are
champion.
you sure?
Are you ready?
Because then I'm in trouble.
Whatever happens, the exchange walks out with the belt, so
All right.
I'm ready.
We ask
accurate.
Okay. We ask the challenger, are you ready?
Ring the bell.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown!
Yay!
All right, here we go. And a reminder to both the challenger and the champion, if you do have a challenge to signal to your managers, tell them your challenge. The manager will tell us. Do not shout it into the microphone.
And to the crowd, please, please, for the love of God, don't say the answer.
Yes. All right.
Thank you.
I just beg you.
Here we go.
I
Round
plead
number 1.
to thee.
Question number 1. Action adventure. Who directed the 90s action film Face Off?
Oh.
I just don't want him to say the answer. If there's the occasional, oh,
Right.
then we can.
That's
Thank
all right.
God
We can live with that.
I heard this on a trivia match that I took part in. John Woo.
Pens down, Bateman.
I got John Woo.
That is correct. Dan?
Yay.
Sir John Woo.
I see what you did there.
Well done.
No, the answer is Lord John Woo.
Well done. Prompting the champion to maybe challenge that.
Ah!
All right,
What's
question
John
two.
Woo?
Bibbs is
You
screaming.
can have this one, Dan.
All right, gentlemen, your next question, your second in round number 1, comes in the world of comic book movies.
Oh.
In the film Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Scott Pilgrim not with us tonight, but watching from home. In Scott Pilgrim versus the World, how many total evil X's must Scott defeat?
Hot damn, I'm going to get 2 in a right in both
Evil
matches.
X's you want to talk about?
Not on air. Save that for SCN.
Thank you, Death Battle, for helping me remember this one.
4, 3, 2,
7.
1. Dan.
7?
Yes, sir. Ben.
7.
Tie game. There we go. All right. All right. Dramas.
And I think this will
What
end here.
2018 historical drama stars Emma Stone, Rachel Weisz, and Olivia Colman?
Nailing that pronunciation.
Thank you very much.
Oh, crap.
I appreciate that.
It's one of those Oscar movies.
That's it? No more compliments?
No, I'm taking the question off.
Fair enough.
Tune in
5
for the next one.
4, 3, 2,
Green Book.
1. Pens down. And Ben.
I had the favorite.
Yes. And Dan.
Damn.
The favorite.
Perfect. Perfect.
Favorite.
All right.
They both got the U in there.
So far, so good. 3-3 on both Dan and Murrell. Who will strike first?
All
Here we
right,
go.
gentlemen. And a reminder to the crowd,
Ben
if
and
both gentlemen or either one gets all 8 questions right in round number 1, there will be a bonus question also worth 1 point. Category 4 is in the world of famous actors and actresses, people with bigger bank accounts than the guy talking right now.
And that really narrows it
And your
down.
question, what actor played the real-life individuals Jim Lovell, Richard Phillips, and Walt Disney? Famous person in the crowd for us. You know who?
Who?
My buddy Doug, who introduced us back in 2003.
Doug is awesome.
Doug's here. Florida
Doug's
State
awesome.
alum. Florida State alum.
5, 4,
I think I know it.
2.
Repeat the question.
Famous actors and actresses. The question, what actor played the real-life individuals Jim Lovell, Richard Phillips, and Walt Disney? Famous person in the crowd today, my buddy Doug.
I mean, I know somebody that played Walt Disney. I don't remember who the other 2 are, but
Yeah, that's good. 5,
I'm going to go just off the Walt Disney.
4,
I'm just going to say it's Tom Hanks, but
2.
who knows?
Pens down. We start with Dan.
Lord Tom Hanks.
Yes, sir.
No,
He is
it's
a lord.
Sir Tom
I think
Hanks.
he's a lord, yeah. I think he's a lord.
I had Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is correct. Bibiani just woke up in a cold sweat. Fantasy sci-fi. Fantasy sci-fi is your next category. Which actress stars as a character called the Major?
in 2017's Ghost in the Shell?
Somebody's watching this match and it's their first movie trivia Schmoedown, and they're like, I didn't know John Woo was knighted. That's how rumors get started.
5.
Did you know Marilyn Manson
4.
was in the Wonder Years?
Yeah. 3, 2. And what's with the gerbil? 1.
Sigourney Weaver?
You never heard that? Forget it.
Who knows?
Pens down.
What are you doing?
I'm sure they do, though.
Come on. Pens down. And Ben Bateman.
I had Scarlett Johansson.
Yes.
Oh.
Scarlett Johansson.
Got it. Okay. What are you doing? Next question.
Your next question comes in the world of comedies.
Ah! Oh, you walk away. Christian gave it away. Saw it coming. Was already prepared.
Here, come here. You beat me over the head with this thing? All right.
Your question. What spoof movie franchise had the installments The Smell of Fear and The Final Insult?
I love this question.
Good question.
There, it's right there. There's the 3 movies right there in my collection.
Dan Murrell, or will it be Ben Bateman?
Well, they're actually both striking a lot. It's whoever's going to
miss first.
Yeah, there
5, 4, 3.
The Naked Gun.
Yes, sir. And Ben.
Didn't have it.
Didn't have it.
Oh, no.
Murrell hits first. Murrell hits first.
There you go.
There you go. Murrell strikes first. All right.
I was getting ready to say I'm tied with the champ, but that's not true.
Who plays Lisbeth Salander in 2018's The Girl in the Spider's Web?
That's a well-read question by
I
you.
appreciate
Will not know
that very
this.
much.
Put a little English on the year.
Well, I got to tell you, I got to be honest with you.
Did you just do a one-man show that's just like all of your friends from the neighborhood? And then there was Three-Eyed Johnny down the street.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and Ben.
Wrong.
I had Claire Foy.
Yes, Dan Murrell.
Claire Foy.
Dan Murrell has not missed.
No way. So far, Dan, you need one more question to get a perfect round number 1. Ben trails by only a point. And your last question in round number 1 comes from the world of animated movies. And your query is, what film features such characters as Oogie Boogie and the clown with the tearaway face? Which are 2 other people that Christian grew up with.
That's right. Five, 4, 3, 2.
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
1, pens down. Dan for a perfect round.
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes, sir. And
Didn't have it.
didn't have it. Wow.
Oh!
Massive here because with that,
I think now I am
Dan
tied with the
Murrell
champ.
has an opportunity now to go up by 3 if he hits this. Bonus question. Which 80s action film is known for this line? Come out to the coast, we'll get together, have a few laughs.
That's what Doug told me when I moved to LA.
Die Hard.
That is correct. 1 more point. Dan Murrell
Breaking news.
is up 9-6.
Dan knows stuff.
9-6, Dan Murrell. And a 3-point lead for the former champion over the current champion.
Oh, no.
Hannah, so strong he broke the table.
Now wait a minute. Wait. How do you guys, out of everything you've just set up, everything, how do you not say you had 1 job out of the whole night? All right.
Because he might have had 2. We don't know
So
that.
now we get to round number 2, Mark. It is chaotic. It is awesome. What is round number 2?
Round number 2 is the wheel round, as Brandon so generously donated his wheel from home. Dan, you each get a spin at the wheel. Please spin from the wheel and not the pegs. On that wheel, you're eventually going to settle on a category that contains 4 questions of movie trivia Schmoedown know-how. Each question is worth 2 points. No penalty for missing a question. There is stealing.
There is a penalty.
If you're not sure the answer,
Stealing.
multiple choice,
That's a
4 options,
penalty.
one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes
Why?
down to 1.
Why do you?
Ben Bateman currently holds
Somebody
the
take
belt,
that,
however.
whatever.
You find yourself
Christian's
trailing
bottle.
by 3 to Dan Murrell. So
Beat
Dan,
me over the head with it.
would you like to spin first
That's
or defer
so.
to your belted and scarred?
Oh.
I will defer.
Going to defer to the champion.
Ben Bateman spins.
Now, the champion always... Here's the spin. Now remember, the champion has the opportunity to put opponents and spinners on there, and Ben has done that. What is that? Fantasy Sci-Fi?
Fantasy Sci-Fi.
Spinning it again.
Spinning it again. It's maybe a strength for Murrell, too. So
yeah, now remember also, Dan Murrell tonight trying to become the second player in history to become double belted with singles and teams.
Currently owns the team belt.
He has the team
founding fathers.
Here's the spin by Bateman. And we're at, what is it? Nora Ephron.
Big fan.
So
Nora
Nora Ephron movies it is.
New category.
All right, Nora Ephron, 4 questions. Nora Ephron.
Well, I guess I will learn some movies this person is part of.
Ben, first question. Nora Ephron directed which movie based on a 60s TV sitcom starring Nicole Kidman and Will Ferrell?
Bewitched.
2 points. All right. Question number 2. Nora Ephron wrote the screenplay for 1990's My Blue Heaven, in which what famous comedian plays a mobster who moves to suburbia? Five, 4, 3, 2.
Steve Martin.
Yes. Bateman gets it. All right.
He's got the lead, Christian.
Question number 3. What performer stars in the Nora Ephron films Michael and Lucky Numbers?
John Travolta.
That's correct.
The kid knows.
You didn't take the whole 15 seconds. What's wrong with you?
And last question here. All right. Which actress, known for
Oh God, I can't even read that.
stars as a single mom turned stand-up comic in Nora Ephron's directorial debut, This Is My Life?
Nancy Cartwright's the only one I know.
Five, 4.
I can't think of anybody else. Nancy Cartwright.
Julie Kavner.
2 points. Wow.
Okay. It's not Nancy Cartwright.
You got it.
I like what you did there.
Standing ovation for a perfect round.
I like what you did there. Good acting. Good acting. I like what he did. All right, so the champion.
You like that, John?
The champion shows why he's the champion. He took it and he ran with it. Great round. But now the former champ and the team's champion, Dan Murrell, it is his time to spin. Only down by 5. All right, Dan, go ahead, Dan.
Here comes Murrell.
It was a big round by Bateman.
That's a huge round.
Definitely needed that.
Oh. Dan Murrell, aggressive spin. All looking at it.
John Roca will be telling us the category.
Anne Hathaway. Gonna keep it.
He's gonna keep
All
it.
Right. Gonna keep Hathaway. All right, Anne Hathaway.
Is that a new category too?
All right.
Here we go. Dan, are you ready?
Yep.
Dan Murrell, 4 questions in the world of Anne Hathaway. Each one's worth 2 points. Your first. Anne Hathaway co-stars with Julie Andrews in what 2001 Disney family film?
The Princess Diaries.
2 points.
All right. Dan makes it 14-11. 14-11.
All right, your next question. In the film Colossal, a giant monster inexplicably attacks what Asian country whenever Anne Hathaway's character gets drunk?
Huh? Mongolia.
5, 4.
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Japan, B,
Crap.
China, C, Vietnam, or D, South Korea?
Japan.
That is incorrect, Ben. I'm going to give you your 4 options again. Is it A, Japan, B, China, C, Vietnam, or D, South Korea?
China.
Looking for South Korea.
So no
Mm.
Dan missed, but no steal.
Mongolia would have been a better answer. There's a Mongolian. Shouldn't this guy be tearing down a shitty wall somewhere?
Your penultimate Anne Hathaway question. Anne Hathaway appears in The Dark Knight Rises and what other film from director Christopher Nolan?
Interstellar.
Yes, it is.
Correct. All right. So Dan right now can go up by 1. He can go up by 1 here if he hits this question.
It's great math on your part, Christian, and we're ready to go.
All right, sorry. Here we go, Mark.
See? Math can do wonders for you, boys and girls.
The world of Anne Hathaway. The question is, in the film Les Miserables, what is the title of the song that Fantine, Anne Hathaway's character, famously sings during her moment of despair?
I dreamed a dream.
I dreamed a dream. And Murrell goes up by
I
1.
dreamed, I dreamed, I dreamed, I dreamed. I dreamed a dream.
Has a hell of a round, but it shows you that 1 point steal could have been big. It could have had a tie game, but Murrell finds himself with 1 point. As we get to round number 3, it's the betting round, Mark. How does that go?
The betting round works like this. The wheel
It's
once again,
Jeopardy round. Do, 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 do.
placed on that table.
Accurate.
And so the competitor that is currently in
For the last time. Hopefully it survives.
Wheel one more time, hopefully a little gentler than he did previously. Dan spins it. Whatever category it settles on, a question in that genre is going to be asked to the field, to both competitors. Once we land on the category, each competitor is going to wager an amount of points. They can wager as many as 3 points. They can wager as little as 0 points. If they get the question correct, they gain that many points. If they get the question wrong, they lose that many points.
All right.
So Dan Murrell, step on up and give it a spin.
What it hits. Here we go. Now, this was a good strategy, though, on Bateman now to put it opponent's spinner's choice because that is on the wheel. So if it hits opponent's choice, Ben can choose.
He gets to choose which category he wants, and the category is?
Opponent's choice.
Ugh.
That's exactly why he did it. That's exactly why he did it.
The strategy paid off.
That's exactly why he did it. So he put it on there. He put opponent's choice, and this shows where the gamesmanship of Bateman.
I wonder what he's going to pick, though. I mean,
is exactly what I guarantee you he was looking.
Can't
for.
pick Oscars because Dan knows
He's
that.
going to confer with an extra from the movie Jaws.
Can't pick movie release dates. Dan knows that too.
They want to select.
Well done. Meets Magic Mike out there. It's good. It's good. I like it. All right. I need a category. I need a category here. 5.
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry.
Atlanta
Tyler Perry.
All right.
I guess another new category. We're throwing them all out tonight.
Please write your points.
Okay, Ben,
Right.
I got that's your number. Got it. I got it. Got it.
All right.
Dan,
Points
if you can,
now.
you just give me a.
Here we go. Dan,
I bet
Gotcha.
point
All right.
1, 2,
All right.
3,
Here we
4
go.
points.
All right. In the film Daddy's Little Girls, Gabrielle Union plays a lawyer who falls in love with a single dad played by Idris Elba. What is his blue-collar profession?
I was just writing down. It plays out like round 1. We'll ask them for their answer. You got 15 seconds to think of it and then write it down.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Plumber.
Good question.
Okay. In Daddy's Little
I will
Girls,
show you my wrong answer one more time.
who falls in love with a single dad, played by Idris Elba, what is his blue-collar profession?
This is where it starts to get really tense.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Plumber.
We start with Dan. How many points?
0.
And
Construction worker?
incorrect, but you don't lose any points. You chose how many points?
3.
And you said?
Mechanic.
That's correct.
Wow.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
So Ben
Wow.
Bateman takes the lead.
Massive. Massive.
17 to 15.
Massive. But, however, brilliant strategy on Murrell to bet nothing. Murrell bet nothing, and it didn't hurt him.
It was the smart play.
Yeah.
Bateman just happened to pull one out of his hat.
Brilliant play by Murrell.
Yeah,
Bet nothing, and he's only
he
down
doesn't
by
have
2. He's
hat.
supposed to be down a lot more. Smart. Very smart.
Don't laugh.
All
Not
right,
funny.
So we get into the 4th round now. It is the speed round, Mark. How's that go?
Oh, boy.
You mean he pulled it out of his scarf?
Speed round
That's
is
the
upon
pun
us.
you should have
In
done.
just a second, I'm going to stroll over to each competitor, and they're going to have a buzzer that looks a lot like this. The question is asked. 5 questions in total. As soon as the question is asked, a competitor may buzz in. Once I say your name, you have exactly 2 seconds to answer the question correctly.
What is
If you
Mark
get the
Andreko's
question right
teammate's
within 2
name?
seconds, you get a
Jeff
point.
Gordon.
If you miss the question or you
Sorry,
cannot answer
Snyder.
correctly within the 2-second time limit, you lose a point.
Still loving the shirt,
Off
though.
my headset, turn into a Home Shopping Network host, and walk on over in between these two
Home
groups.
Shopping Network host. Are you going to be Don West?
We thought it would be, and it's back and forth.
And
First round, Murrell's
they're flying on another one over here. They're flying on another one over here. We're putting it out here. We're going to give you a chance to buy it. Buy it.
Okay. All right, Mark. Yeah, we'll do a test one. All right, here we go.
Just buzz in if your name is called.
All right. What color is John Outlaw's hat?
Black.
You got to wait for Ellis, but that's fine. It lit up. All right. Where did Dan Murrell
Hang on,
go?
he's got to reset it.
What?
Yeah, there we go.
Good. Where did Dan Murrell go to school?
FSU.
I'll do it again. I'll do it again.
Look at that. He
Turns
cheating.
green, I get
He
called.
cheating.
I'll do it again.
All right.
I'll do another one. One more. All right, here.
Where'd John Roker go to college? FSU.
This is just for Dan. It's just for Dan. We'll do something a little harder. What is Steven Spielberg?
Hey, can I thank you.
All
I
right,
appreciate
we'll do
it.
something a little.
I want to hear Christian.
We'll
Thank
do
you.
something a little harder. What is Steven Spielberg's first name?
Stephen.
Thank you. All right. Here we go. All right. So.
I thought you said it'd be harder.
You ready? You good? All right. So, Ben, are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Dan, are you ready? Ellis, yeah. Wait for Ellis to say your name before. It doesn't matter if it lights up green. Let Ellis call you out. And then you have 2 seconds after Ellis says your name. Here we go. Question 1. Which actress is the lead in the rom-com 27 Dresses?
Katherine Heigl.
Yes, 1 point. All right. Question 2. Which MCU film received a Best Picture?
Infinity War.
Incorrect. Lose a point. 17. Black Panther was the answer.
Yeah.
Question 3. Who directed the 2019 film? Us?
Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele.
Yes.
You're supposed to say who directed Jordan Peele's Us. That's the giveaway. That's the joke.
Question 4.
That's the joke I always said. I said it spectacular for crying out loud.
2004.
Yes. Final question. Who plays Grocer, the chief rival to John Cusack's character in Grocer?
Dan Aykroyd.
1 more point.
Wow.
Ben Bateman. Ben Bateman, 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. Finds himself now at a 5-point lead. 5-point lead over
Wow.
Dan Murrell.
Did not see that coming.
Finds himself with a 5-point lead over Dan Murrell with that amazing speed round. 4 out of 5 questions. Lost 1 point, but picked up 3. All right, so good round.
You know, I've done a lot of stand-up and been on TV a few times. That's the most nervous I ever
I'm
get.
sure you
it's
were.
just standing there.
I'm sure. All
And
right,
I will
so
point
Mark-
this out. I did not know how to work the buzzers. Both competitors
Doing better
showed
than
me
you.
how to use the
Yeah.
buzzer.
All
Thank
right,
you, gentlemen.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the 5th and final round, the championship round. Mark,
Good stuff,
how's it
Kay.
go?
Round number 5. Each competitor is going to give us a series of numbers. These numbers can range from 1 to 20. Each number corresponds to a different corner of movie, trivia, Schmoedown goodness. Your first question's worth 2 points. Next one, 3 points. The last one, 5 big
Schmoedown
points.
goodness?
You're each
Is
gonna
it
get
as
3
good as
numbers.
macaroni and
That's how you come up
cheese?
With the categories. There's no stealing, nor is there a
Like-
penalty for missing a question.
Like,
in round
I'm not
number
talking
5. You
Velveeta
have to get us to the
macaroni
answer
and cheese.
within
I'm talking
15
about
seconds or use
old
a
fashioned
rule.
Put the cheese on top of the macaroni.
Round 4 there gives you
I think it's like European style, but
you can give us
that's how we do it. And bunch of sugar on it.
I'm going to go 3, 7, and 17.
3, 7, and 17.
No 2 there.
Dan?
8, 16, and 1, please.
8, 16, and
Oh.
1 for Dan. All right, Dan.
No 2. Endless draw. We'll play to the end of time.
Avoid the TKO here. He's going to go with, category 8. Category 8 for Dan. Dan, you chose category 8. That's war movies. War movies.
What are they good for?
2-pointer.
Nothing.
Who stars as the lead, Anthony Swafford, in the war film Jarhead?
That's the Sam Mendes movie, isn't it? I believe it is.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
2 points for Dan Murrell.
The movie sounds familiar.
So
I think that's what it is.
To tie the game here, he has now got to category 16. That's his 3-pointer. That is his 3-pointer. And it is 70s films. 70s films.
That's 70s category.
Who stars as Detective Hercule Poirot, Hercules Poirot, in Sidney Lumet's 1974 adaptation of Murder on the Orient Express?
Albert Finney.
Tie game. All right. So it's a tie game. He avoids the TKO. It bounces back to Ben Bateman. Now Ben can put it right back to Dan with just answering his 2-pointer here.
Ben, you selected category number 3, and Mark Mosley's number corresponds to action adventure.
Forget Mark Mosley. We get it. You know the Redskins.
Okay, here we go.
And your question. For 2 points, who plays, in the world of action adventure, what is the subtitle of the 2003 sequel to Charlie's Angels?
Oh, it's Full Throttle. It's been a variation of this.
Can I give the full title or just the subtitle?
5.
Just the subtitle's fine.
4.
Full Throttle.
2
points.
Yeah.
All right.
I've definitely seen that question before,
where
but
we stand.
I know they're bringing all the questions back. I'm aware of that. Just in case you wasn't sure.
Bounces back to the champion. However, if he misses, Ben Bateman will remain the movie trivia Schmoedown champion. Dan, rom-coms.
Rom-coms. Oh.
Here you go. Michael Cera and Kat Denning starred in this 2008 Peter Sollett rom-com about 2 strangers who go in search of their favorite band's secret show.
Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Dan Murrell hits it.
It's going to make him work.
He hit it.
3 points. Now separate Dan Murrell from
Big
Ben
pull there.
Bateman. Ben Bateman still has his 3
It's unusual that a 5-pointer is just a name of film, but at the same time, it's a 5-word movie title. So
all right, here we go.
I'll let that one slide.
Excuse me, Ben Bateman now.
I mean, I certainly didn't know it, so
Questions remain, Ben. For your
definitely would have been a 5-pointer to me, but that usually doesn't happen. But I'm sure somebody will complain about it. So
Theismann's number corresponds to
again with the Redskins. Boo! Fail to the Redskins.
Who stars as an aging Broadway actress named Margot Channing in the Academy Award-winning film All About Eve?
Betty Davis.
Tie game.
Tie game.
Tie game. Oh, right. Good golly, Miss Molly.
So, we are exactly where we thought we would be. A tie game.
Don't say it.
A 5-pointer that could decide it all. If Ben Bateman hits
that could decide. Well, it will decide it all.
If he misses,
right or wrong.
To sudden death. The 5-point question, Mark.
It's It's a scenario that is not unlikely, Christian.
Yep.
Ben Bateman to win it outright in regulation and retain that beautiful belt he has adorning his podium. Ben, you selected number 17. And Doug Williams' number corresponds to Judd Apatow movies.
No more Redskins.
And your question. For 5 points and the win. In the Judd Apatow written and produced film Heavyweights, what is the name of the Tony Perkis's new head counselor who is from, quote, far away?
Good old Lars. I just saw this film again like a week ago.
5, 4, 3.
From far away.
Last one.
In the Judd Apatow written and produced Heavyweights. In the Judd Apatow written and produced Heavyweights, what is the name of the Tony Perkis's new head counselor who is from, quote, far away?
I don't know if he's faking it or not. It'd be classic Ben if he did, but good old Lars.
4, 3, 2.
Chaz?
And we go to sudden death.
No!
The answer is Lars. It's an athletic
Lars.
The answer was Lars. It's exactly what we thought it would be.
You correctly.
Sadly, it was what we all knew it would be.
That's what you're getting. It is free Schmoedown.
It was.
Yay! You get to see more wrong answers from JTH. Aren't you all lucky?
All right.
Entertainment.
Entertainment Weekly.
All the way down. All right.
Oh dear. Why'd y'all have to say we're gonna have sudden death? You jinxed us all.
So this is how sudden death works, Mark.
Gentlemen, sudden death feels a little bit like round number 1, that we're going to ask you a question. You write down your best.
This is
attempt
big
at
because
answer.
I think
15 seconds to
this
do so.
favors Dan.
Each question's worth a point.
Just,
No
you know,
penalty for
he
missing
had
the
a
question.
perfect first
Here's where it
round,
gets
and
tricky. If both
Ben
you miss
didn't
it,
do as
we
well
go
as
to
I
the
know
next
he
question.
would have
If both of
liked,
you get it
so
right, we move to the next question. If
I
one
think
of you gets
this,
it right,
the momentum
and one of you
completely
gets it wrong,
changed. I think,
the person who got it right is the winner.
I'd be very shocked if Dan doesn't win now.
Also, both Dan and Ben, you both reset. You both have one JTE rule through sudden death. One JTE rule each.
What was the answer, by the way?
Lars.
Lars.
Oh.
All right, here we go, guys. We asked the champion, are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Challenger, you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. All right, question 1. Question 1. Angelina Jolie.
Category?
No, we don't. It's not in sudden death. You just get the question. Really? Yep. Angelina Jolie stars in which 2014 Disney film?
Off and running in sudden death. What's the record for these? 9?
It's like 8 or 9, and I think JTE and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ben.
Maleficent.
Maleficent.
Yes, Dan.
Maleficent.
There we go. Okay. Mark, question 2.
All right, gentlemen. Your next question. Who co-starred opposite Charlie Sheen in the 1990 comedy Men at Work?
Oh God, it's his half brother. Always forget his name.
Just feel this tension each passing round.
5.
Oh God.
4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Last one.
Who co-starred opposite
I never
Charlie
remember
Sheen
his name.
in the
They
1990
had him.
comedy Men at Work?
They had him fight each other on Celebrity Deathmatch. What's his freaking name? Charlie Sheen. Who did Charlie Sheen fight on Celebrity Deathmatch? His half brother.
2, 1. Ben.
Steve Gutenberg.
And Dan Murrell.
Emilio Estevez.
That's right. Oh. Emilio Estevez. That's right. Never remember his name. Unbelievable. God.
Heartbreaking loss for Bateman, but Murrell does it again.
I couldn't even remember his name.
Look at the picture of exhaustion, but also the picture of two champions. One of them has a belt, but they're both dynamic players and some really good sportsmanship we're seeing right now.
Down by 5 points going into the 5th round. It goes to sudden death. I can even see Brad Gilmore with his hand on his face like, what did I just watch? Unbelievable. Dan Murrell got his strap back. Oh, wait, right, okay, take your guys, relax. And ladies and gentlemen, the new movie trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, Dangerous Dan Murrell does it again.
2 belts. He
does it again. He is double belted. He's double belted. And he did what only Sam Levine before him has done. Only Sam Levine held both those belts, but only Dan Murrell has held that belt 4 times.
Christian, it was an epic match between 2 epic competitors, and now only the real question is, how's Brad Gilmore going to do this post-game
He's
interview?
going to talk to all of them. So Brad Gilmore's going to get in there. And what were Roca and Bateman arguing about? I want to know also. So here we go. We have Brad Gilmore with one of the greatest title matches I think we've seen in a long time. Brad Gilmore, here we go.
Atlanta, I think that match lived up to the hype.
I'd say so.
You all witnessed history and saw the greatest movie trivia Schmoedown match of all time just now. Let me start with Bobby Gucci, Finstock. I mean, it was a win for you either way. You're managing Ben Bateman in this. What are your thoughts right now after that incredible match?
I mean, look, holy Jesus Christ.
Jesus
Are you
H.
not
Tap
entertained?
dancing Christ.
I mean, look, I said this a long time ago when this match was scheduled. It was going to go to sudden death, and that's exactly what happened here. These guys are consummate professionals. Jesus, I've never seen anybody play like this before. These guys are so good on so many different levels. I mean, Ben with the speed round, incredible stuff. I mean, Jesus, and then Dan with the wherewithal to bet nothing on the Tyler Perry to save him there. He bets 1 point there, he's toast. They know that, and that's a kudos to John Rocco over there as well. What the exchange is doing here. Look, we're family. I couldn't be more proud of Dan here right now. That was fantastic, and no slight to Ben either. This guy was incredible. He was down 3 points in the first round, came back storming on a Nora Ephron, whatever her name is. I mean, and he cleared the category. Man, look, we're the best. That's the bottom line.
Let me go to Ben Bateman. Excuse me, Tom. Let me go to Ben Bateman. Ben, you walked in here very confident. Of course, you're coming off a legendary run last season. You came in here. This was your first title defense. I know that after going down in that first round, down 3, Dan goes perfect, hits the bonus, but then you spin. You put spinners and opponents on the wheel. You get in that betting round, opponent's choice. You go Tyler Perry, and you end up hitting it. You just walk me through what your game plan was and where you think it went wrong.
I mean, every round was competitive. I think I'm a huge Tyler Perry fan. I've seen every Tyler Perry movie, and I just that felt like easy for me. So I was glad to do that. Smart of him to put 0 on there. And in the final round, we see it happen. You describe a movie or you get a question about a character. It happens in every match, and it is what it is. It's happened to me on either side. So I had a tough pull. I didn't get it, and I think it's pretty clear. Dan is one of the most knowledgeable players that's ever played. So in a heads-up match, Iron Man, I think he's probably got the advantage. Makes sense. But I felt good about this match. I thought I played well, and I was happy to end it the way that it did. Belt stays with the exchange. So
it was definitely the greatest match I think we've all seen. You worked. You worked so hard to get to this point. I know that you want to climb back up that championship mountain. We have free-for-all here next month. That's a possibility for you to get this opportunity again. I mean, where does Ben Bateman go from here?
I think I just keep fighting. I mean, people talk about these guys over here as the 2 greatest of all time, and they've both lost and won. So if you want to get on that level, you have to win, you have to lose, and you have to win again. So That's what I'm doing. I still intend to be the greatest of all time. It's gonna take a little longer.
Just a bump in the road. Ben Bateman, everybody, the former champion. Ladies and gentlemen, for the 4th time, your singles champion, Dangerous Dan Murrell. Dan, I mean...
Dan probably is like, can't believe you're saying it again.
For this man. Incredible performance. You went perfect first round. That Tyler Perry looked like it may have thrown you off, and then you got obliterated in that speed round, but you were able to come back, go into sudden death. I mean, just walk me through your thoughts here.
I mean, I knew I was in big trouble going into round 4. I knew that Ben had every capability, and he did a run in that speed round. I knew it was very possible that I would come out of that not having an extra point, and that's exactly what happened. So I knew going into that I was in trouble. I knew I was going to have to answer all 3 of my questions and hope that I got lucky. And I mean, I think I've got to thank Blockbuster Video, because the only way that it has to be some VHS box in the back of my head with Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez on it that got stuck in my head somewhere. Because when he said Steve Guttenberg in my head, I was like, yeah, it could be. I mean, so that's just man. This is not. It takes 2 to tango, and this was a hell of a dance that we had here tonight.
I was there when you won the championship for the 3rd time in Brooklyn. That crowd was chanting, "You deserve it." I mean, everyone here, the crowd was split, but everyone's happy to see you back on top of the movie trivia Schmoedown. But what does this mean to you for winning for a 4th time and solidify your place and legacy as the greatest to ever do it?
I mean, you know, like I've always said, the whole with the GOAT debate, like it's not like a presidential election. Like we're not gonna have everyone state their case and then there's like a vote, and it's like okay, like
Well, technically, there is a vote. Everybody votes on it every month.
Conversation, but just on a personal level, you know, I have goals in the game, and I have mountains that I still want to climb, and one of them was to do what Sam did, because I never played really. I mean, we played each other once, but he was coming on strong as I was leaving the game, and so this was a goal of mine. And now we move on, you know, to the next goal. We'll see what happens.
I was going to ask you that. I mean, you're the 2nd man to ever hold these championships simultaneously, but there is another title out there. It's the Innergeekdom Championship. I mean, are you going to go for the same thing that Mike Kalinowski did and try to hold all 3 belts simultaneously? Is that in your plans?
My plans are to enter the Innergeekdom League soon. That was always my plan. However, the one thing I've also learned from watching that incredible run last year is not to count my belts before they're on my shoulders. So that would be wonderful if that happens. But
no hashtags, none of that.
Right there, who I just stood across from, and his partner have this belt in their sights, the belts that John and I have on our shoulders. So I would be, it would be foolish of me to think that I would be able to just run through and grab another belt. First of all, I haven't played a lick of Innergeekdom yet. Secondly, there's a lot of people after both of these belts, so I'm just going to do the best I can, and we'll see what happens.
And I want to go to John Roca here in just 1 second, but one more question. One more question for Dan Murrell. I mean, again, you've reached for the 4th time. Is there anybody in particular you just want to give a shout out to? Anybody you want to say thank you to?
My mom's here.
Give it up for Dan Murrell's mother.
And I've met her. She's a very nice person. I met her at the 3rd Schmoedown live event. The first time I went out to LA, she was in attendance.
And I have my manager in the ring and my partner here, John Roca. But I also have my manager and partner out of the ring here, Mark Knoppick. So I couldn't do it without her, and really, you know, there's been all this, you know, noise and whatnot, and that's what it was. It was noise about the Finstock exchange and communications and politics and who's talking to who and what. But the fact of the matter is that these are the people that I want to play this game with, from the top of the roster to the bottom of the roster to our manager. There's going to be a bumpy road along the way, but I would rather have a faction with some communication issues, a faction that has to work some things out, rather than a faction that doesn't win. And that's what we do, is we win.
And just real quick, I want to just get a word from John Roca. That was the greatest match we've ever seen, is it not?
I have to say, yes. One of the most, because of the pressure, it's a live event, and it went to sudden death. Incredible match. For us, sitting on the sideline, Tom and I, we were pacing like crazy because we were so nervous and couldn't do anything. And I'll tell you something, managing Dan is like managing that car, that came out of that Boston car. It parks itself. It's a self-parker. It's not a problem at all. We only discussed one thing, and that was the one-pointer for Tyler Perry. There was a question about us going 0-1. I said, what does your gut say? He goes, 0. I think that's the right choice, 0, because you're only going up 2 points. That's the only bit of managing I had to do this whole match. Dan handles himself. He knows how to take care of business. I'm proud to be by his side, and you got to give it up to Ben Bateman. Ben Bateman fought a hell of a match. And look, he threw every obstacle you can throw in the way of a challenger. He put opponent's choice up there. He put spinner's choice there. He put Tyler Perry on the wheel. You got to give him props for the strategy, and that's the tactician he is. Is it frustrating to be on the other side to play with someone that intelligent and smart and driven to win? Yes. And that's what makes this victory all the more sweeter, because Dan took no shortcuts. Dan just wanted to get in the ring, and he just wanted to fight to see who would win. And he was going to respect it if Ben won, and I hope Ben respects the fact that Dan won. But all that matters is you all won watching the greatest of all time, doing it for you live. And the Finstock Exchange. There will be issues with the Finstock Exchange, because when all these egos slam into each other, that's the game. Because we all want gold and we all want belts, and Dan said it best. I'd rather be in a cage with a bunch of wild wolves fighting over the meat than some timid wolves sitting over there. Can we play too? No. We come to win. We come to win belts. And one more thing. Don't you count out that Rose over there. Emily Rose Jacobson. She fought Damon tooth and nail. She will be back. And she deserves your respect and your love. But for now, that's the man. He's the greatest of all time. 4-time champion. Proud to ride along his side.
Just going to give everybody what they really want.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow, look.
Did anybody catch that?
All of a sudden, we're in a prison movie. One more thing.
You see those jailhouse tats?
I know.
He has his name on the back of his back.
Yeah.
Just pointing that out.
It's a henna tattoo. It's a
As
henna
opposed to
tattoo.
the front of his back.
My goal now is to match what Dan did. He has always been my benchmark in this league. Do what he did. Do what he's done. He's got 2 belts. I got Paulo Oyama in front of me. And then after that, it's Irwin or Snyder. And then if I take care of business, I'd love to have a rematch with the greatest of all time for that belt.
But who's going to be your manager, John?
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen,
oh no,
the Finstock
not
Exchange
again.
is the greatest game ever played. Give it up for Ben Bateman. Give it up for Dangerous Dan Murrell. Atlanta.
A standing ovation and well earned. Well earned on both of them. Well earned. Standing ovation. Here they are, Mark.
Well,
What do you think?
it was Finstock being Finstock for sure, but it was also 2 of the best that this game has ever seen, 2 of the best strategists, the best players, the most knowledgeable, and it paid off here today. We certainly hope whoever caught Finstock's shirt gets tested immediately. But overall, when you look at a match that goes into overtime, that gets a standing O, that gets the amount of standing ovations from this crowd, you got to say it's in the conversation for the best match that you and I have ever seen.
I mean, it's got to come close because, when it's built up, a lot of times you're like, oh, well, I hope it lives up to the hype. I hope you're going to get that kind of feel. I hope that, it's not a knockout. I hope that you're wondering, are these 2 guys going to show up? And they did. They did that and more. And it was the first round, Dan takes the lead. He keeps the lead in the second. Ben takes the lead in the third and takes a strong lead in the fourth. Then it's tied up. Then it goes to sudden death. And it's like they did exactly what you thought that they would do.
It was a worthy match, and we're still trending on Twitter. Queso Blanco's been replaced by Jackass.
Okay.
So, couple
Okay.
notes.
Well, that must be me. I must be trending.
Afterwards, if anybody wants one. Capri Sun. And, you talk about the greatest of all time. You talk about the GOAT, whether it's a competitor that we saw tonight or the match itself. You also got to mention our incredible crew. The greatest of all time. Give them a big hand. Everybody up in the booth down here behind the scenes.
A+ material.
Yeah, I gotta give props to RB3. Definitely. To everybody, and to our technical director, Adam.
Let it be known that RB3 got more chance at this event than every other player combined.
And Megan Sanborn and the whole crew,
Let
BC.
that sink in for a minute.
The crew that helped out today, Dwayne, everyone, thank you guys so very much. I mean, you have totally done exactly. Absolutely. Thank you guys. Thank you for making Atlanta. It was the right call. So thank you guys so much. Really, really happy to do it. What a season we have. What happens at the free-for-all? Because there's 40 competitors. Where does the Finstock Exchange, what happens there? And now we also know that whoever wins that gets a shot at the title. Is it someone else in the Finstock Exchange? Is it someone else? Do they go? Because Dan Murrell this season is going to be very busy. He's got the team's titles that he has to defend. Now he has the singles championship he has to defend. He wants to get into Innergeekdom. I mean, so he's going to be very busy this season, Mark.
It's going to be a very busy season. We're going to be very busy calling that free-for-all. 40 competitors. You guys can get tickets right now at the Schmoedownlive.com. That is March 21st. March 20th, I'm doing stand-up.
I wish I could go this year.
MarkEllisLive.net, and you can also get tickets for Houston right now.
Houston right now we
Houston.
A couple other just special passes up for Houston right now. Ringside tickets. If you get the Schmoedownlive.com, you can go there and get those tickets. Get them now before this goes live to everyone else. This is just available right now to you guys here, to patrons, and to anybody who got the stream here today. Thank you for doing that. Season 7 has got off to a start. And what a start the Finstock Exchange has had. Between the Finstock Exchange, Roxy Stryer and the RoxStars taking a big win here tonight. And if you want to check out all these standings and see who's in the lead and how everyone's doing, once again, the Schmoedownlive.com. So thank you to all of you guys. Thank you to our friends over at Skybound also for everything that they've done. Thank you to all of you, and we really appreciate everything. For Mark Ellis, I'm Christian Harloff. We'll see you next time.
All right, let's now get into the daunting task of trying to run everybody off that we saw. Thank you, Mark and Christian and Emily and Molly Damon and Alex Damon and Bobby Gucci, Finstock, Tom Dagnio, Roxy, Ben Fakeman, The Wheel, the man in the Goldberg shirt, John Roca, Dan Murrell, Ben the Boss Bateman, and the Boat. Robert Parker, saw him, so gotta give him a plug too. Is that everybody? I believe that might have been everybody. We're gonna say that is. Yay! I don't know how I pulled that off. So, Schmoedown Live, Atlanta. Great event. Alex Damon gets his first win. Probably not quite the performance he was probably hoping he could have. I'm sure he was hoping he could do a little bit better. And again, it's still weird seeing him kind of human and mortal in the grand scheme, but a win is a win is a win, as they always say. And then that main event, that championship match, as they all said, Jesus Christ, Jesus H. Tap Dancing Christ, as Jake from the Blues Brothers said, it's heat of the moment. I would have to watch it a couple more times to make an assessment. Anybody that knows, I think the throwdown Rachel and Mike match for the Innergeekdom title is the greatest match in Schmoedown. I'll go back and rewatch this one a couple times, but it's up there. It's definitely up there, no doubt about that. I mean, I'd be crazy to say, oh, it's not one of the greatest matches of all time, but still a little heat at the moment. So I'll give it some time. I'll let it age a little bit, and we'll see where it stands from there. But yeah, we got lots of great Schmoedown, a great event here. Free for all is now right around the corner. As soon as you all see this recording, the free for all will be not too far behind, and a lot of other great matches are coming up too. Murrell, of course, is now getting into Innergeekdom very soon. Robert Parker made his grand debut, which everybody better be ready on the lookout for that, because that's going to be a lot of fun. It looked like they teased a potential Robert Parker-Alex Damon match if they both end up 1-0, which I fully expect is probably going to happen. I would love to see them play in the 1-0 column, and really anticipating that. So, yeah, lots and lots and lots of great stuff to come, and I can't wait to see it all. So that's going to do it for this edition of JTH Reacts to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Live. Always watch their content first. It is the right thing to do. And, of course, because this was live, you probably did see it first, which is great. That's what you should do. You can follow me on Twitter at WWEJTH1, and you can follow all the official Movie Trivia Schmoedown content, the Facebook page, the Twitter page at the Schmoedown, the official website, theschmoedownlive.com, and become a patron if you can. It goes a long way. So until next time, thank you for watching this edition of JTH Reacts to the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Live. I will see you next time. So until then, I bid you adieu.